Sounds good.
All right, we're recording. All right, awesome. Well, yeah, well, Larry, it's good to meet you. Good to see you in person, and we're super happy to be able to interview you, and we really like your resume, and we've liked the things that we saw, and we kind of want to just see what makes you kind of qualified for the position, and where what do you think um, makes you the best fit?
Yeah, thanks for meeting with me. I really appreciate it, May. Especially doing it over video. I know we're across the world, so this is kind of great to meet you in person like this, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like what I've heard from my colleagues. I know you know Ben, Joe, and Jeff there.
Hmm.
They've worked with me a lot. I actually went to school with them, and they've had nothing but good things to say about the company.
Hmm.
And that's something that I really look for, because when I go to work, I want to better the company as best that I can.
Hmm.
So I don't want to just work to get paid. I want to work and help the company excel and exceed from where they are.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I think that's one of the key things that we offer at our company, is that we care for our employees. We want to make sure that our employees who work for us are handled well. And I think where the benefits, the perks, the bonuses, the things that we give really show that. So
The benefits,
yeah,
as in,
yeah, just like the bonuses, perks, the things that other than salary, that the things that we give to our employees. So
sure.
yeah, awesome. So yeah, I mean, I want to see a little bit, I saw on the resume, your experience, your education, all of that. But I kind of want to see in your own words, where, what, what did you learn from the experience, your previous job, and from your education?
Sure. I'm sure you noticed on there I graduated from Harvard.
Hmm.
So being able to work with the colleagues that I mentioned earlier there. And I'm sure you also saw I have had 3 years of business experience, kind of doing a similar role where I was managing 6 different people and overseeing them and making sure that not only myself, as I was productive, but also each one of them, that they were not only meeting their goals, but exceeding them. And we kind of worked as a team to make sure that everyone was doing their best.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Oh, that's awesome. And that's one of the things we want to make sure that we can have someone who gets work done, and does the best that they can. People, we're not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes, but yeah, definitely, I think that you seem like a good candidate for that. Yeah, so I guess about yourself, other than the education experience, um, like the characteristics, the skills, what makes you qualified for that in this position?
Qualified?
Yeah, yeah. So how do you fit in that position, with like your characteristics and skills? Where do you think you fit in?
Sure. So I think really graduating from Harvard and having these past 3 years of experience,
Hmm.
I think that I've really been able to connect well with people, where I can find out the things about the company that I really like.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to sell to them or to tailor to a customer when you stand behind everything that you are working for. So
right.
I think I've really been able to figure out with the companies that I work for what I really like. And
Hmm.
then as I work with people that are our clients, I
Yeah,
can pinpoint their needs. And since I have a know-how, find what's going to best benefit them.
right, right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's great. So we have an opening right now for the sales manager position, and like you were talking about just now with the clients and working with them. We really think that you would be um, you, a great candidate for that. And we want someone that really cares. We want someone to follow the policy that we have of caring, but also working hard and making sure they get stuff done. Um, we also have the senior sales manager position as well. And I guess just in terms of that, where um, where do you see yourself fitting?
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for saying that you kind of see me in that position already.
Hmm.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Where I see myself fitting, I would love to even jump in and do that senior sales manager position. I
Hmm.
think I have enough experience already with the 3 years and
Hmm.
also being a Harvard graduate that not only will I be able to do well, I think I'll be able to excel and really help the company grow to where you guys want it to be. And I think that my skills and know how will really benefit the company.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, no, I understand that. Yeah, I mean, we can kind of figure that out in a minute, but we obviously want someone for the senior position that is qualified, has good experience, and knows what they're doing. Um, but we also want someone that has experience within our company as well. I think as time kind of goes on, we can definitely get there, definitely. Um, but yeah, so um, oh, we kind of talked about the position a little bit. Um, I kind of want to bring up the salary position a little bit. We what do you think would be a good salary for you? If you were, yeah, if you were to say, what do you value yourself at?
Sure. So I guess first, let me ask you, if you were in my position
Hmm.
and the role was reversed, what
Yeah.
would you ask for the salary to be?
Yeah. So, I think that's a good question. You know, I would think anywhere from, it's a hard decision to say, but I would probably say anywhere from like, um, 60 to 70 to 7 to 80, somewhere around there. I'd probably say like maybe around, yeah,
Mhm.
around there. 60, maybe 60, 70. Yeah.
So knowing that the minimum there is around like 60,000, you
Yeah.
think that with your skill set, you think you'd be at least minimum?
Yeah. 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 Um, yeah. And I mean, we do have that salary minimum of 60,000. Um, and that's just from, things that have happened in the company in the past, as well as just being, you know, in the market right now and the economy and all of that. That's kind of where we want to be at that position at 60. So, um, with that said, um, yeah, what do you think you'd be good at?
Sure. So, I mean, like you were saying, if you were in my position, you'd think between 60 and 75 or 80.
Yeah,
And I totally agree with you. I think, especially for me, with the background that I have, I think coming in at 75 at a
yeah,
good start, I think that would be more than fair.
right. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that is a good salary. You know, you're definitely qualified for that.
Sure.
Um, and you know, it's hard because our company, you know, um, can only do 60 right now. And we, you know, um, is there a way that you know, maybe we could meet in the middle somewhere? What do you think?
Sure. Do you mind me asking why you can only do 60?
Yeah, so we've had in the past in our company and times where we have paid too much for our employees,
Sure.
um, and you know they don't pan out to be what we thought, and you know after a little while we either fire them or adjust their salary or and so we want someone that is dedicated. We want someone that gets work done, but we don't want to overpay them. And again, we're also kind of going through an economy type thing where it's a little tight on our business. And so that's kind of where we're coming from.
Sure. I totally respect that. I think that it happens in many businesses where
Right,
new people will come in, they'll get in a routine and they'll just stay there. So
right.
I totally understand why you do have a minimum there and why you would expect people to be at 60. Um, but like you said earlier, you know I'm qualified for the job,
Yeah,
and you've seen what I can do so far. Obviously, there's not a lot of give and take right now,
right.
but what you said to me earlier was you thought it'd be fair between 60 and 80,000,
Hmm.
and I think we both can agree on that.
Yeah,
I think starting at 75, and in 6 months from now, if we reevaluate my performance,
yeah.
if I haven't totally exceeded everything, let me go on the spot.
Okay.
However, if I have, 6 months from now, let's reevaluate. And
Yeah,
if I have exceeded everything, then let's talk about that senior sales manager position. How does
okay.
that sound?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, that'd be great. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, and then as far as like yeah, I think that's a good idea. um so yeah, let's do that. And then as far as like um our bonus that we have that we want to offer you,
Sure.
um so right now we're at 70% um of your annual gross salary. Um how do you think that sounds?
I think that is more than fair as well. I don't think there's anything that we need to talk about there. I agree with 70%.
Okay.
Um, and I would hope to be able to get all of that, because not only will it benefit myself, but obviously if it's a commission and bonus base, it's going to be benefiting the company. And going back to what I was talking about earlier, I
Yeah.
want to grow the company and I want to be the best
Yeah.
fit for this position.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And so I guess kind of before we go on, what you know, I know that you're moving from the US to the UK, um, but you know, I want to know, do you have a family? Do you have future plans? You know, how's everything kind of going with that?
Yeah, I really appreciate you being transparent through this whole conversation. And to
Mhm.
be transparent with you, Harvard isn't cheap. Uh,
Yeah.
so, so obviously there is some student debt there. Um, and then, like you said, I'm on the opposite side of the world. So moving across the world isn't going to be cheap as well. And I do have a family. I have a wife and two kids.
Okay.
So that might take up some money.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. We're willing to kind of help you in that relocation process. We want to help you out on that because it can be rough, coming across the whole world. Um, so yeah, we want to help you with that. Um, but you know, you probably know a little bit more with moving and your family and all of that. But what would be a good amount that you would like to see to help you?
Yeah, I think between moving and then also all the expenses of finding a place and everything like that, I think 35,000 would be enough just because I have my whole family and all of our belongings.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we were looking at a little lower, but um, yeah, I mean that's a good amount. And I understand that you have a lot, you have a family, you're moving. It can be a lot.
Sure.
Um, but you said 35,000. Was that what you were saying?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Um, yeah, I think we could do that. Um, we again, like I said, we want to help you out. We want to make
Sure.
sure that you get there and do it and arrive safely and all of that. So yeah, we can do that. Um, awesome. Was there anything else that you're kind of looking at as far as like, needs that you need, expenses that you have, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, other than like the student debt,
Yeah.
just being able to find a place.
Mhm.
I've hardly even been over to that part of the world.
Yeah.
I have no clue about housing there. Is there anything that you guys provide as far as, I don't know, helping us find housing and while,
Um,
while we don't have housing, like is there any setup there?
yeah. So we don't help with that, but we can give you recommendations on some places that are good,
Sure.
whether it's like a house or an apartment or what you're looking for. But we don't help with that, but we can give you recommendations of what places.
Okay.
So um,
Awesome.
awesome, awesome. And then um, I think that's all that we are looking at the offer. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about, or anything else that you were thinking of doing, or?
Yeah. I guess my question for you
Mhm.
is again, if you were in my position, so the knowledge that you have now, what would you do differently to get where you're at? Or I guess starting, what would you do with the knowledge that you have now if you were to start over?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a good question. I would say um, to just work hard. I think the money comes, but uh, I would just say be friends and do the jobs that you have to and work hard. I think it can take a little while sometimes to be promoted and get into a higher level. But again, we think that you are qualified for this, and we think that you can get there. But we again, I think it's just is doing your job and not being lazy, not slacking off. So
Sure. Well,
yeah,
thank you for that. I appreciate it.
yeah, yeah, no problem. Awesome. So just gonna go over it real quick. The offer that we were talking about. Um,
Sure.
so we said, was it 75,000, right?
That's right.
Okay, 75,000. Um, at so for 6 months, and then if if we aren't satisfied, um, we let you go, or um, and then if we are, and if you've exceeded that our expectations, we put you into that senior sales manager position. Um, so and then the 70% bonus, and then the 35,000 for the relocation.
Awesome.
Is that all sounding good?
Yeah, that sounds like everything we talked about.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Was there any other questions or anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, I just look forward to coming out there and working with you and everyone else there.
Yeah, no, we're excited. We think, we'll, I got to talk with the people above me, but yeah, we'll let you know exactly what we decide probably within a week.
Okay.
So, again, we think you're very qualified for this. This is why, we were kind of in a, in a push, and then we weren't really sure, we weren't hiring anyone, and then we kind of decided like, yeah, no, this guy's good, let's give it a shot. So
Sure.
um again, yeah, we think highly of you, but we'll, I'll talk with everyone, and we'll kind of figure out where to go from there.
Sounds great.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, man.
See ya.